Welcome to Racing to Win. We've got another episode of the Summer Series coming up this weekend with Saturday racing at Shah 10, another 11 races and a bit of dual course racing with both the turf and the all-weather tracks in use. Boys in the studio, Paul Lully and Tom Wooden. Tom, what are we looking forward to?
Main event to mark is the Pearce Memorial Challenge Cup race number 8. It's an extended rating band at Class 1 race down the straight. Wunderbar is returning after a last start win, and he takes on track specialists like Beauty Waves, also Horsepower and Stellar Express, who does actually hold the quickest time of any of these that have won down the straight.
We'll focus on that race on the show. Paul Lully's here also. Is there jackpot news?
Yeah, there is. There's a triple chair jackpot of 3.8 million going into that. Never easy. Doesn't look easy once again here for a Saturday afternoon meeting.
Let's look at those meeting details now. We do start at the regular weekend start time of 4 o'clock, as we will on Tuesday too, because it's reunification race day. So Saturday, Tuesday meetings coming up at Shah 10. Rail in the B course position. There's 9 on the turf and 2 on the all-weather. And the races that we focus on, race number 8, the Pearce Memorial Challenge Cup, the Class 1, and race number 11, the Class 3, over the 1,400 metres. Before we focus on Shah 10 now, the licensing committee decisions for the upcoming season have been announced, and there is all of the latest news. Tom, Richard Kingscote coming back.
Yeah, of course, he was able to pick up 3 winners, I think it was, on the all-weather, his final meeting here in Hong Kong of his short-term contract. Of course, he got brought in when we were missing a number of jockeys with that fall at Shah 10. Antoine Hamlin is leaving. He signalled that a wee while ago. Ben Thompson also leaving, and Alfie Chan, who hasn't ridden for quite some time now and probably only had a handful of rides this season, he's not having his licence renewed and is probably looking at some stage to continue working in the stables.
All right, that is the latest news from the licensing committee. We're going to focus on the name at the top right now. He is back, Richard Kingscote. Nick spoke to him.
Here's a first win for Richard Kingscote. He's got another good chance tonight, and he's racing away. Fashion legend, and he's surging to the line strongly, and it's a winning double tonight for Richard Kingscote. What a night for Richard Kingscote. He wants every Wednesday night at Shah 10. There's 3.
Time for Sandals, Arizona Blaze, then came Rayevka. They hit the line. Time for Sandals, time for Sandals.
Really enjoyed the short stint I was able to come on at the start of the year, and fortunately the club have allowed me to come back.
They have indeed. And just reflecting on that stint, Richard, I mean, naturally here, it's not easy when you come to Hong Kong. I always think that jockeys and trainers almost have to start from zero to some respect, but you really did sort of light things up on a rather sort of nondescript Wednesday evening at Shah 10. But there was a treble there. There was a winner at Happy Valley that followed. So as time went on, things got better, and I guess you must have gone away with some good memories and some certain positives for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I found most places I've been, it usually takes me a little while to get into the groove and people to get to know me, whether it was Japan or Hong Kong or America. So I was very pleased toward the end with that treble. I think that was, fantastic night. And from then, owners and trainers were asking if I'd come back, if I'd be staying. So, it was a really positive experience and one I enjoyed.
What were the main takeaways, Richard, from your first stint here? What were the things that you went away with thinking, well, that's a bit different to the UK sort of thing?
I definitely think the work-life balance is a massive positive. My body felt in great shape. No travelling. Being based at Shah 10, being able to ride more gallops in the morning. So, it's geared towards things being easier to manage. Obviously, the racing's hugely competitive. So, I don't know, I found it a real buzz to ride. Happy Valley on a Wednesdays, cracking experience. And, yeah, like I say, I enjoyed my time.
Yeah, it certainly is, obviously. It's quite the spectacle. And on returning, Richard, I mean, there are obviously aspects of your game that you'll be fully aware of now having been here. What are the things you're most looking forward to? You mentioned the work-life balance, but I guess really being able to submerge yourself here for a longer period of time must be a great challenge.
Oh, it's going to be a massive challenge for myself and my family. But looking forward to it. I'll be calling on Ricky, you and the others that supported me. Hopefully they can help get me going again. And I think it'd be great to come from the start of the season as well. I'm hoping that'll be a positive.
We can't talk without discussing the meeting that's just been, of course, very well received here across the world, Paul, and the simulcast coverage was Royal Ascot. Of course, many congratulations on your Commonwealth Cup. And I know that was something you always wanted, a Group 1 at Royal Ascot. You achieved it. And, I mean, great confidence booster, I'm sure, coming into a new challenge. But just a reflection on Royal Ascot, that was a good meeting for you.
Yeah, the Royal Meeting's always been one of my favourite weeks of the year. I've been fortunate to ride winners there before, but never a Group 1. Nice surprise. Although we expected her to run very well, I think maybe didn't expect her to win. But I was delighted with her. She's a lovely filly. So she'll be one I'll miss toward the end of the year.
There is Richard Kingscote, and just a reminder about what Richard did when he was here for that short stint with 4 records, as Tom said, 3 of them on the all-weather at Sha Tin one night, 6 placings from 42 rides and a win percent of 9.52, and the licensing committee have granted him a short-ish term licence, about a half-term season for next season. Richard Kingscote. On to race number 8 at Sha Tin now, the Pearce Memorial Challenge Cup 1,000 metre Class 1. Magic Control, 3-time course and distance winner. Biddy Waves is now with Tony Cruz. Full Credit has the tongue tie going on. Horsepower comes back in trip. And Stellar Express, he is a course and distance winner from 2 starts ago. He's finished down the track over 1,200 metres on a rain-affected surface, Paul, but he gets to the outside rail, Stellar Express, and he leads them up.
Yeah, as Tom said, he's got the quickest time down the straight 1,000, so I think he can lead the race. Beauty Waves went forward last time. Magic Control back to 1,000 metres. Wunderbar's drawn one of the inside gates, but he can go across. Full Credit, Aurora Lady. Then back to Red Elegance, and I think the Horsepower just watched the race unfold in front of him.
And more on Horsepower right now. Nick with his trainer, Frankie Law.
Frankie Law, you've got Horsepower lining up in what is a really good Class 1 race down the straight. Good to get him back to Sha Tin.
Yes, I think last time I just sent him to 1,200 to see how it's going, but still a little bit strong in the early stage, so that's why I this time put back to 1,000, yeah.
And I guess going back and having a look at that race last time, Frankie, I mean, yes, he pulled hard as well and new trip, but the ground was also on the softer side as well. So he certainly had sort of circumstances against him, didn't he, really?
Maybe, but anyway, you can see he quite strong the early stage, and so that's why he cannot finish. At this moment, I can't say maybe he can handle the track or not, but anyway, we need to try, yeah.
For sure, and I guess, you know, the course and distance, all that sort of thing, it certainly bodes well. I mean, he looked impressive the day he won here down the straight.
Yes. I think this race got a lot of speed, so I think better for him. He got a lightweight. I hope Seth will help him.
Yeah, for sure. And talking of the race, I mean, it's a Class 1, so they're never, you know, easy races by any stretch. I mean, the competition looks pretty strong. Your old boss, John Sides, has got Wunderbar in there, Magic Control. So it's not an easy race, but it's a race that you think suits your horse?
We got a lightweight. I think it should be okay for him. And when he got the cover, I think he'll have a strong finish, yeah.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Zach's sticking loyal. There might be a pound or two over, but to get Zach doing the lightweight, that's always a little bit of a tip in itself as well.
Yes, you know, at that time I just asked him, only this way suitable for him, but I need to check the weighting. You can ride or not, and then we check. I think you can ride him 2 pounds over, still no problem for me. He said, okay.
He is certainly on board as Zach Burton riding Horsepower. Tom, we're staying with straight racing right now, and this replay has Full Credit, Magic Control and Stellar Express all coming out of it.
Yeah, Magic Control, he's been tried over 1,200 metres. So obviously, recently he's been racing in plenty of strong races. Group 1's behind Ka Ying Rising. Helios Express he ran into last time out. So this is more his go. I know he did win over 1,200 metres in Australia, but he's certainly shown that he's a better horse here down the straight. And he certainly proved that, Paul, when he ran a close second to Beauty Waves in the National Day Cup.
Yeah, good run, that one, behind Beauty Waves. I like Cell Express. He's had 2 wins down the straight, and he's won. He's led both times when he's won. So I think they're just going to be really positive with him, and you can see him snatched up late in that race. He didn't lead and didn't win.
Wunderbar, Paul. Last start winner returned to form. He was a bit disappointing at the run before this. Also coming back in trip to the 1,000.
We know he's a class horse, and the 1,000 will hold no fears for Wunderbar as well. He's had 3 goes on over it for 2 wins and a second. He's drawn barrier number 2. He's just going to have to work his way across. But it's a smallish field, so he should be able to get across easy enough. And he looks one of the main chances.
Took a bit of galvanising sort of in the early part of the straight from Bowman here aboard him. Brenton of Della jumps on board this time round. He was still quite hard ridden over the final stages. Just has to shoulder the bigger weight here and give weight away mark to a few horses that are fairly prolific when it comes to 1,000 metres.
There's his record at Sha Tin. 12 starts for 7 wins and 3 starts for 2 wins and a second down the straight 1,000. Tom, you mentioned the National Day Cup not too long ago. Here it is when Beauty Waves beat Magic Control.
Yeah, and he won this race carrying 115. In fact, both him and Magic Control in this race were carrying 115 pounds. Now, he's actually had a stable change. He's now with Tony Cruz. Of course, he won this race with Pierre Rung, so this will be his first run out of the Cruz stable. Alexi Bedell gets on well with the horse. Alexi and Tony have got a fairly useful record together as well, but he's a much better proposition here, Paul, coming back to this sort of trip too.
Yeah, look, I'm going to put him in front of actually Magic Control. They were the 2 I was sort of toying up to put in, but with the new environment with him back to the 1,000 metres, there's a couple of positives there for Beauty Waves.
And as a look at the runners, Paul, leading into our Class 1 feature, who do you like to win it?
Go with the horse, the lightweight horsepower. I think he's going to get the race run to suit. He'll get back and he'll be running home strongly. I think he can finish over the top of Wunderbar. Stellar Express will be there for a long period. I think they will try and lead with him, and then Beauty Waves. 6-2-8-3.
Horsepower goes on the top. Zach Purton might put up a couple of pounds over, so might be carrying the 120 here, but he's a horse that just wanted to over-race and was too fierce last start, wouldn't settle. So hopefully with a good, strong tempo down the straight here, with a lightish weight, he'll be the one to beat. Wunderbar in for second, Beauty Waves in for third, and Stellar Express goes in for a fourth. He's got the 115 to carry here, but looked a bit flat before the turn last time out. Better proposition here. 6-2, 3 and 8.
It is break time right now on Racing to Win. It's been a busy show. We're not done. It's going to be even busier right after this. Voting is open right now. Jump on the website to vote for your favourite horse and jockey, and that is currently available at hkjc.com, as are some last run reminders, Paul. But of all of them on the website, this is the one you've picked out. He was good last time, this horse.
Yeah, I really like this horse. I think he's a real likeable horse because he tries hard. Look, you can see him, he got really well back. He was the last out of the gates and he was back on the inside there. And they didn't go very quick early. We'll have a look at that. As you can see, it was like 0.21, so just about on standard. He was still at the back there in those pink colours. He lost momentum there. He couldn't get out. He had to get off heels. He had to come wide, came outside Club Ace there. And once he got into the clear, this is the bit I like. He just flattened out and really stuck his neck out and wanted to win. He was still like a couple of lengths off them there at the 100, but he won going away and with a lot of ease. So I think he can defy the weight rise and win again. And that's why he's the last run reminder. Lucky my way.
Race 6, number 1, 8 extra pounds for that pretty dominant victory last time. On to race number 11 now, and this is a Class 3. It's over the 1400 metres. Biddy Alliance coming back to the 1400 metres after running the Derby and then 1800 at Happy Valley last time. Kaying Attack, Top Dragon, both last start winners with an extra 8 pounds on their back. First starters, Beauty Bolt and Mr Bolt. We've got Find My Love with the tongue tie going back on. Wave Garden wears a crossover noseband, and all-round winner has cheek pieces on for the first time. A leader here, Paul, is Kaying Attack.
Yeah, look, he led last time and kicked away. I think he'll try and do something similar here. Beauty Bolt is the debutant. He's showing good speed in his trials. He's had 3 of them. Wave Garden likes to go forward as well. He should get his opportunity. Like his back, Find My Love will get his chance. One more, a little bit tricky for him, I just thought, from barrier number 10. Top Dragon went back and won from the back last time. I think he's going to have to go back as well. And Rugged Bomb, another one that can go back.
Our focus right now, though, is Top Dragon, and here's his trainer, Chris So, with Nick.
Chris, so the final race on the weekend's meeting, you're going to saddle Top Dragon, who really has found some nice form. He's won his last 2 and must be excited to throw a saddle on his back once again.
I really hope so. And yeah, the horse after the last race is improving, but just this time will carry the 130. Maybe it's not the top weight. I think he should be handled, but the draw 14 I think is a problem, and we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, nobody ever wants to see 14, but
yeah.
I guess to counteract that, you have got Zach Purton on. He's 2 from 2 on the horse, so you've got no better man to overcome the draw.
Anyway, just like, I think, actually I will study the race first and we'll discuss with Zach. But honestly, even the last time, it's not ideal, the draw, but he's still from behind. But yeah, I will speak to Zach and let's see what he think. And also, I think, I don't know, it's on Saturday, the track, how's the track, because it's raining this week, and I think, I will leave it to Zach, yeah.
For sure. Let's focus away from the negatives per se and the positives. This is a very nice horse. I mean, his attitude last time, Chris, I thought he was very willing for Zach, and he really put his head down and tried hard, didn't he? Yeah,
he in a straight, you see, from the 400, he showed us, really good speed and hit the line, and for the young horses. So, I hope, we give him one more race, this season and put him away in the summertime, let him grow because he's turning 4. I really hope, in the next season he get a big improvement.
There is Chris So talking Top Dragon, and there is his stats so far. Paul, what are his chances in this race, though?
Yeah, he's only a 3-year-old, so look, he keeps improving. Look, he has to go in the numbers. He's been racing so well recently. He was a little bit flattered in that run, though, because they did go really quick. So he did come from the back. He'll want pace on again in this race.
He certainly will, but I think he can certainly get it here, and certainly beat the horse Super Express last time out. He was beaten at a short price again last weekend, so the form has sort of been franked there, and I think he can go on with it.
And there's Chris's multiple add-ups you've come up with this week, Tom.
Yeah, well, he's had these 4 horses here representing the total of just under 39% of his winners for the season. So you need horses like this to keep pushing your wins up through the season. And he's had Honglok Golf win 6, Winning Gold's won 3 with the Boom Box, and Top Dragon's now won 2 and might win 3 potentially come the 11th race on Saturday night. You can see those rating changes there, including the big weight, the rise for Honglok Golf. And he's got Circuit Fiery, Sunny Sing Spirit coming up in the 4th, 5 foot some sort of a chance in race 5. Parterre hasn't been leading recently. Got big return there, Old Town and Top Dragon. So you need horses like these ones to really push yourself up to be amongst the top trainers here in Hong Kong in terms of the championship, because it does go a long way.
Does indeed. Old Town, the best of those of Chris's runners for you, Paul?
Yeah, I really like him coming in. I thought Circuit Fiery could win the first for Chris as well. So there's a couple there I quite like.
He's having a really good time of things, is Chris. So I will start with you here, Paul, because you quite like this horse, the Red Hare, who's lightly raced and a big key step up in distance this week.
Yeah, it is. Look, up to the 1400. He won over 1350 in Australia before he got here, being by the Sebring Sun. The 14 looks ideal. Look, he's only had 2 starts. I thought it was quite an open race, always a good betting race to last. So I was looking for a little bit of value in it. I think this horse will definitely be at a double-figure price, if not the red here. And you can see, what I liked about this race was about now onwards, the way he really flattened out and didn't give it away. So coming up, the extra 200 metres looks good.
Got home in a really quick final split last start, 2:22.14. And keep an eye on one more there because he didn't have a great deal of luck over the final stages and he's only had limited runs.
Kaying Attack, Tom, is a last start winner. Bit like Top Dragon, goes up the 8 pounds in weight, but was a rather dominant victory, and there's an informed horse right behind him there, and Yuan Long Elite, who couldn't get anywhere near him.
And they ran some time in this race too, 1:21.07, which was way inside standard. This horse cut along a quick tempo in front 28 days ago. Does have to carry a further 8 pounds forward this race, but he had that good lead, and they've run good time here. He's been back to the trial since then. He's been able to win a trial, but David Hall's done a pretty good job with this horse, Paul. He's won 3 of his last 5 now.
Yeah, definitely has. And look, if they do leave him alone in front, he's going to be a hard horse to get past. I think he's a major chance to win again.
On to the first starters. We start with Beauty Bolt, Paul. He's had the 3 trials. He was known as Thunder Song for Joseph O'Brien. Won over the 1,400 metres on the poly track at Dundalk before he got here.
I think his trials haven't been too bad. Beauty Bolt, he's shown a level of ability and settled in nicely enough here. He's 11.25 pounds. This is one of the 3 trials that he has, and he was pushed through the middle here, and he was finishing off really strongly.
Happy to watch Irish polytrack form. First up, 3-year-old. Nothing wrong with the trials, but I'll sit on the fence for now, to be honest.
You've got a bit of a thing about the Irish form, don't you, on 2-year-olds and polytrack?
Yeah, Beauty Waves, you were bagging him at
that was 2-year-old form, though.
Oh, was it?
OK, 2-year-old polytrack.
Irish, yeah.
Irish turf, 3-year-old form, OK?
Same, but different, I guess.
Mr. Bolt, Tom, comes from Australia and he's got turf form. He went over the 1900 at Canterbury when known as Great White Shark.
He was known as that. Now, they took the opportunity to lead on him in his last race at Canterbury over the 1900 metres. They'd never led on him in the past and came out and led all the way to win there by a bit over 4 lengths in the end. Sat third in this trial, dashed on wider late. Did respond to the riding, but another one I'm happy to watch.
I'm with you on this one. I'm happy to watch him. 1,400 metres. I think it's going to be a bit short for him.
All right, so 1900 metre Sydney form is no good because it's not going in.
Yeah, it's a 1,400 metre race. Yeah. If it was a 1,900 metre race, maybe slightly different. But look, I'm looking for value in the race. I have gone with the red here at his 3rd start, so he'll go on top. Frankie Law's charge to beat Kaying Attack. Catch me if you can. Put Beauty Bolt in with that Irish form. He goes in for 3rd, and Top Dragon has to carry the weight. 7.364.
You can have him. 4 on top, and that is Top Dragon. I think he can win again for Chris So and Zach Purton. Barrier 14, he'll be back and hopefully gets a good tempo to run at Top Dragon. To beat 12, and that is Waveguard. I think he might be able to improve up to 1,400 metres with a low draw. He was unbeaten 1,400 overseas. Kaying Attack and the red here. 4.12.37.
There it is, all of the information for race number 11. We need to move straight on, Paul, because the end of the show is close. So what's your best bet?
Should have made it Beauty Bolt. No, I've gone with Lucky My Way, who is the last run reminder. I think he's a horse, very promising horse, going places, and will make the value in that last race, the red here. Race 11, number 7. We'll do the play in race number 9 with K in Glory, Old Town, and Only You, a QQP.
Best bet, Only You. He looked a Class 5 certainty last start and he was a tragedy beaten. So race 9, number 14, Only You. Benno Jung, you've got Kempe's going around in race 10, number 7. He, of course, won on the dirt and placed on the dirt over in South America. Group 1 winner over there as well. And he's amongst the play with New Forest and also Dragon Air Force, race 10.
Best bet, Meep going back to the 1650. He's always running on. Run on well over the 1200 last time. He's won 1650 all-weather. Celestial Harmony sticking with him after a good turf trial following that all-weather performance. I think the turf's the key, and the play race 5 QQP. Perfect pairing, double win, who was very unlucky last time, and Celestial Harmony in the 5th. That has been Racing to Win, Tom. The diary's about to appear, and it's a little different.
Certainly is. Reunification Day coming up on July 1, so the fields for that will be out on Sunday morning Hong Kong time, and then we've got Chairman's Day coming up next weekend again, Paul.
Yeah, we have plenty of fireworks on the Tuesday, being a Unification Day, so don't forget that. It's a Tuesday, not a Wednesday.
It is. It'll be a twilight meeting as well. All those trackside lives from 3:30. Big thanks to Tom. Big thanks to Paul. Big thanks to you too. It's been a busy racing to win, and we'll see you at Sha Tin on Saturday at 4.